I have Inspector Joey Marone right next to me. This is it was a relatively small fire, but in a very dense area. So can you give us an update on what you know, containment numbers, what are the latest figures?
Right, so just before 4:30 this afternoon, we did have a fire along the wash there. There's a small area between the wash and those apartment complexes up above it, so it did run up there through that thick brush that was there. Unfortunately, with the wind, some of the embers did get into the attic spaces of some of these apartments, so unfortunately they were affected. But as of right now, we didn't have any injuries. We do have an occupant support center set up at the Golden Valley High School. As far as the amount of units that have been damaged and the people that will be displaced, we have a damage assessment unit on scene, and they'll give us those numbers later on today. So right now we are at 10 acres and 50% containment, so we'll be up there mopping up in that thick brush.
At this point, it doesn't look like there's any flames right now, so that 50% containment really is just about the hot spots?
Yes, more about any of the smokers, because like we said, it is dense up there, so we had to get all the smokers under that brush, the underbrush, and make sure it's completely out before we leave.
Now, we did speak with a lot of people who've been running out with their animals. It sounds like a lot of people have been displaced. Do you have any idea when they might be able to go home?
Once the assessment team is done doing their assessment, we'll have a better idea of how bad the damage is and how many people will be allowed back in and how many people will not be.
And we have no estimates of how many people have been displaced so far?
Not as of right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Inspector. Now, earlier, David and Colleen, we did speak with a woman who came running out frantically with her boyfriend. Her home, or her apartment unit, rather, was one of the apartment units that got damaged. And there were 2 cats inside, and they were able to get them safely. Take a listen to what they had to say.
She called me in a panic that it was on fire, and I ran in there and I tried to get these cats out, and luckily I got them out. One of them bit me, but at the end of the day, they're both okay, and that's all that really matters right now. The other stuff is replaceable.
They broke down through the roof. Yeah, my apartment, the whole bathroom was destroyed, and luckily my room, it didn't catch yet, but the roof and everything, they were throwing stuff out of our windows and stuff. Luckily my cats were still alive.
You thought when you were watching this coverage
that my cats were dead, and it's my birthday today. It's my 41st birthday, and these are my daughter's cats, and she would have been devastated.
So as you can imagine, so many apartment units here in this complex behind us. So a lot of people just trying to get their stuff as they're getting off of work and get their pets out to safety. That's what we've been seeing a lot. So just to recap, it is 10 acres, 50% contained, no estimates on when people will be able to go home or how many units were damaged at this point.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Click the ABC7 logo to subscribe to our Eyewitness News YouTube channel.